As educators, we act as role models for our students. And now, more than ever, it is critical for teachers to be cognizant of proper digital citizenship rules and ethics considerations. This training video will briefly cover four main areas: online etiquette, intellectual rights and property, use of social media, and confidentiality of students. At the end, you will be directed to a quiz. Participants must receive at least an 80% on this quiz in order to receive the professional development hours for this course. Online etiquette. First impressions are important. Let's take a look at this picture. What are your first impressions of the person who lives in this room? Take a moment to pause this video and write down at least 3 to 4 first impressions you have. Yes, there's a lot going on in this photo. Some first impressions may be that this person should clean up. They look to be very messy. We can see sports equipment thrown around the room, as well as reading materials and certain technologies like a laptop and video game controllers. Or it could be that this student is an amazing athlete or a top esports player, but it doesn't necessarily come across as a first impression. We're looking at a digital picture of this person's life. We don't have the owner of the room here to explain each component of what we're seeing. We take our first impression from what we first see. We should consider this lesson when thinking about our own online etiquette. Everything we post online builds our own digital identity. Consider what first impressions your posts would give to others or to your students. Remember, digital is forever. Did you know that you can use archive.org to find websites that are no longer currently published? Use of social media. Remember, it is important to follow the policy and guidelines of your district in terms of social media use. First, you may want to ensure that your social media accounts are unlisted or private. There are also some general considerations for use of social media. 1. Consider your first impression. Share news and pictures that you would be proud of. Think about how you might feel if your students found you on social media. Build yourself a respectable online profile. Credibility is key. Before clicking share or retweet, follow the source of the information. Sometimes we see things on the internet that just aren't true. For example, you should check the credibility of a website or article by checking out the author and the date it was published. Also, you can check the URL, which may give an indication of what the source of the information is. For example, a .gov domain indicates that the information is from an official government organization. Social media can be a very powerful tool to share messages of positivity and inclusivity. If it is permitted by your school district, consider making a social media account specifically for your professional needs. Twitter is a great place for teacher professional development. Intellectual rights and property. Copyright exists so that the owners of original content, like art, songs, and writing, have a claim over their work and others cannot use or copy their work. Copyright infringement can have very serious repercussions. Works without copyright are considered part of the public domain, and people can safely use these items in their own work. You'll notice throughout this presentation there was a citation for each image that was used, so that viewers understand that I am not the owner of the image. Some images allow for reuse. In fact, even this image I used of a copyright symbol is labeled as commercial use with modification. Fair use allows users to use part of copyrighted works in certain circumstances without permission, including in teaching. However, it's critical to remember that this still has its limitations. Fair use only covers the use of small portions of others' work, and the use of copyrighted material does not have a negative effect on the original creator. While this may seem like a complicated concept, teachers can always check out helpful sites like Common Sense Media and Creative Commons for more information about copyright and fair use. When in doubt, respect the rights of the owner of the work. Confidentiality of students. Another important ethics consideration for teachers is the confidentiality of your students. Always review your district's policy regarding student confidentiality. It may not be appropriate to share pictures you've taken in your classroom with your students to your own social media page. Especially for younger students, it's important to have parental permission. Further, there are important federal mandates that protect student information. It's the responsibility of the school district, and in turn all teachers, to ensure student information is never compromised. FERPA, or the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, also provides parents certain rights about accessing and distribution of their students' information. Thank you for watching this brief video about certain ethics considerations for teachers. There's so much more to learn. Please continue to grow by learning more about these topics. Here are some helpful sites to check out. In order to receive the credits for watching this video, please go to this site to take a quiz: www.tinyurl.com/teacherethicsquiz. Remember, you must earn at least an 80% on the quiz to pass. Thank you for watching and have a great day.